Sandy from Stitchin' in Oregon, coming to you with, I think it's Flosstube 11. Today is March 3rd, and I think it's been a little over a month since my last Flosstube. I think I posted it January 30th, maybe. So with everything going on at home and in work and everything, a month seems to be what my schedule. Sorry, the cat is messing with where the table I have my camera on. Mal, go. Stop. At least that way you get lots to look at, kind of. I don't feel like I've done a lot of stitching. I know I talked about in my last Flosstube how we had some stuff going on at home that was like really weighing really heavy on me. That didn't magically disappear just because it was a new month. And if anything, it was a little more difficult. You know, just it's been a really really rough couple of months, and I don't anticipate that changing, and it definitely has affected my stitching, whether I even feel like stitching or just being super indecisive about what I want to work on, so then I don't work on anything, and then I get sad because I love stitching and then I haven't done it, and you know, so things are not getting done. I do have the window open in here. This is my craft room. It gets really warm in here. I open the window. It is snowing. It's been snowing for like the last 3 days, but nothing is sticking. And so it's just letting a really nice kind of breeze. So you might hear some of that from the noise of the rain/snow. Other than that, I have gone car camping with one of my daughters, and then yesterday we went to a yurt. A couple weeks before that, my best friend was here with her kids, and we stayed at a beach house in Pacific City. The Oregon coast in the wintertime is one of my favorite places to be. Like, even when it is not the best weather, the wind is less than in the summer, and so it feels warmer usually. And so, I mean, we go there all the time, but especially in the wintertime, we love being on the coast. So if it doesn't interfere with volleyball or any of the other plans that the girls have, then we definitely head that direction. Let's see. I think I am going to start with a little bit of haul that I have. It's not a lot. I haven't been paying a lot of attention to the market releases. I didn't pre-order anything this year. I have every year for the last couple of years, and this year I've kind of put a no buy on myself. I did give myself an okay for market, but just nothing is screaming at me yet, I guess. The one thing I did buy that was not part of like my normal monthly clubs is on Stash Unload on Facebook. I got this. So I've talked about it before, but my husband works for Coca-Cola in Oregon. And I got this really cool like pamphlet, and I am planning on starting one of these for my husband for his birthday next month. So those are the different things. I think I'm gonna do this one up here. I just like the shape of it. But yeah, so this was one of my haul things. And then I have my regular clubs that I'm a part of. So the Floss Fix from Fat Quarter Shop came in, and this is still in the bag. I haven't pulled it out. I'm just gonna put it away from here. I actually have like 4 of these colors, but Cupid, which is this red one, is one of my favorite colors of red from anyone, but this one especially has just a really, really pretty variegation. So I was really excited to get this one. I actually think I bought a Cupid when I was in Emmett, when I went to Maggie's on Main. Look at that. It's just so cool. All the variegation. But that would work really well in that Coke pattern, actually. And then, Mal, the other thing I got, this was my Grace Notes Fabrics of the month. I am in the 36 count linen, and I get a fat quarter. And this was for February, and this is called Cupid. So it's this really lovely, like, light pink color. And that'll be really, I'm in the neutrals club, and I do think this will be a really nice neutral. So I'm excited to find a project for that. I actually wonder, I bought, during Jingle Ball, I bought Carol of the Bell, I think, by Heartstring Samplery. I wonder if that would look good on this. Just thoughts that pop into your head while crafting. Okay, get that out of the way so that I don't accidentally spill. I know this looks a mess, but this is where I keep my DMC. Down here I have all my project bags. These are finished projects. These are like paper patterns that I printed, like the PDF from Etsy. And then I have over there, the top one is like my sewing notions. And then this one is all abandoned projects that I need to rip stitching out of to reuse the fabric. So there, and then like I have some magnetic stuff up there. That's where all my needle minders are and stuff. So it looks chaotic, but it is organized to my mind. And then most of my project bags have tags on them, so I know what they are. Okay, so I am going to start with my progress ones. Let's start with my 4th of July stitching. I'm trying to do, I know a lot of people do this, but oh gosh, Moonshine Stitchery, I just forgot her first name. She does 4th of July stitching. She does anniversary stitching and birthday stitching, and so I'm kind of trying to do a similar thing. This is Let's Go Ride a Bike by Stitching with the Housewives. This is a pattern my husband got for me for Christmas because I love 4th of July. It is my favorite holiday. And I am using Called For Floss. It is all Classic Colorworks, all Called For, and I'm using the Called For fabric. He had it kitted up for me at Acorns and Threads while we were there. So they just did all of this for me. So I actually worked on this for, I think, 2 or 3 days this month instead of just on the 4th. Before I just had the blue jar done without the letters on it, and now I have all of that done. And I'm pretty happy with that progress. I know my friend Tanya's a speedy stitcher and is probably halfway through with hers, if not more. So, but yeah, I'm happy with the way this one is looking and being able to just pull it out, you know, for a couple days out of the month. It's get some progress. But starting in July, I am gonna start Land That I Love by Teresa Kogut, and then that will probably take over my 4th of July stitching for a while. So hopefully maybe I can get this done before that. All right, so I have a list here to kind of keep me on track. The other thing, I had my anniversary stitching, which is on the 14th. I think I also worked on this one for a couple days this time, because if I don't do the bottom like flowers on this, I'm ridiculously close to being done. So this is Violet's Blue by Blackbird Design. This is what it looks like. Sorry, that took a second to focus. I think I've decided to not do this and to end here. And if I do that, I have finished this, I think. Mal, you're fine. So I think just a couple more, maybe even just one. Well, no, a couple. Okay, this is where I'm at now. So last time I worked on this, I pulled up I finished the hill on this side and pulled that up. Then I did do a little bit here. I did this guy. I think maybe the flower wasn't in there, but I finished all of these flowers and I pulled this all the way down. So now all I have to do is the hill and this and those words down there. The words are, I love but you. So it's really not that much. So I'm hoping one or two more and this guy will be done. Drop my needle minder. It's a little gnome. I have no idea where I got most of these. I know they were like on Etsy shops through like Facebook. So this one will come out again, like I said, on the 14th for a couple days. And I think that's something maybe I do a little bit different than Moonshine Stitchery. I think she works on it on the day, unless she's really close, and then she'll finish it off. Whereas when I pull it for that day, I feel like one day is not enough. And so I'll work on it for 2 or 3 days. So this will come back out. All right. This one was one of my Whip Go pulls for February. This is Bella by Aury TM. And I'm actually really happy with the progress I made on this. So this was done before I started this round. I finished this and I got this, I think, done. If not done, almost completely done. And that was at volleyball practice and tournaments that we had. I worked on this. I'm stitching this with the called for on a, what's my 32 count Belfast linen called Blush that I got from Acorns and Thread. And I'm stitching it with the called for floss, and I have a hanging thread here, but I don't want to. Okay, so I did not finish that teapot, but I'm so close. And that's where I am now. I actually really love the way the colors look on this pink fabric. It's just so soft and nice. The rose does not stand out, and I thought about changing it to red, but I didn't. So that's where I'm at on that one. So this one will get put away. And I was really happy with my progress. This is a lot of stitching in here, even though like it's not full coverage. It's a lot. And I think there was a part in here I think it was the lid up here. I had the blue color on my needle, and I forgot to skip a line. Anyway, it was off. I had done like half of that lid and I had to rip it all out. So I don't usually care so much about little things like that, but since it was going to throw it off kilter, then I undid it. All right, so that one can go back on the wall. Okay, next is Violets and Primrose. I don't have a cover photo for this. This is by Carolyn Manning Designs. I'm using the Called For DMC on a 32 count. I think it's 32 count mocha, vintage country mocha linen. And I do have, let me pull that out. Okay, I do have a hanging thread, but I am so happy with what I got done on this. This is one that I started this like, this wasn't even in my whip parade at the beginning when I very first started Flosstube in the summer, because it was in a drawer. I had started it because I love the colors, and then my grandma and I decided to work on a different Carolyn Manning together. And so I told myself I would work on this one. We finished that one. Well, that one is only 55% done. I wanted to work this back into the rotation. And, you know, it was just in the hoop, so I'm sorry about the wrinkles. But here it is, and I am so happy with this. So when I started working on it in February, I had this little corner done with the green around it. I had, I think this green stitched and like 4 stitches in this. So since then I have done all of that. So when I pull this out again, I'll finish the border and then fill in these border triangles because they all use the same colors. So that should go pretty quickly. Mal, no thank you. So yeah, I'm really happy with that, especially with it languishing for, you know, 3-4 years in a drawer, not getting any love. It got some good love this time. So I am very pleased with that. And I think if you are looking for that, I bought that on the Carolyn Manning design. It was a PDF on her website, and it comes with like 4 designs, I think. And I think that one was either February or June, like Flower Garden of the Month. Okay. Okay, next is, let's do this one. Let Love Rain. This is a stitch along I am doing with my friend Tanya, which I think she's, I don't know her handle, but I don't know. Sorry. My friend Tanya. She's on Instagram. And also I think we're doing it with the Old Soul Stitcher too. We all kind of started at different times. I started before them just because I was ready to go and I had everything, and I just wanted to go. So I'm doing this on 18 count Ada white, well, it's antique white, that Tanya very graciously gifted me with, because I was so indecisive. Like normally I stitch on linen, but I couldn't find a linen I liked for this. And so anyway, she took the decision making out of it for me so that I could get started, which was very kind. This is by Teresa Kogut. I don't know if I said that. This is what it looks like when it is done. I'm sure you guys have seen this around. It's beautiful. It's ginormous and beautiful. I am almost done with page 1, actually. So I'm working on finishing this flower here, but I think the border, I have to finish this flower, but I have to finish that flower and that flower in the top, but I have this hill done. The house hasn't been started, but the tree and the bird, all of that in that top corner is done. I'm stitching with the called for floss. Hold on, I gotta take my needle minder off this one because it's a bad word. If you follow me on Instagram, you've seen it because I don't take it off. But if any of you watched The Witcher, it's what Geralt says a lot. Okay, and this is where I'm at. When I pulled this out, and because I did start this in January, when I pulled this out this month, I had this flower done and this flower done and maybe a little bit of the inside border, but everything else I've done this month, and I'm very, very happy with my progress. So I need to finish this flower, and then this is the end of the page. And then, well, this is actually, and then there is another flower here because the end of this page is like right here. And then there's like another letter in the beginning of the house. But I'm very, very happy with that progress. It's actually really surprising when you look at that pattern, you don't realize how much brown is in it. For some reason, it feels like there's more blue. There's one shade of blue in this. The rest are greens and browns. But it's lovely. It's fun to work on. I've really enjoyed this. Put this away so that I don't forget. I don't have plans to pull this out again this month because I have another Teresa Kogut that was pulled for Whitco. So I think I'm gonna just work on that. Okay, next is, what is this one? Is this just, oh, that's my Whitco plans. And okay, so here's something else I worked on. This is hopefully gonna turn on. Perfect. Don't Be Afraid, or this is the BeeYoutiful sampler by Twin Peak Primitives. It is the Don't Be Afraid stitch along with Kia B. And I started this stitch along when she did, so I think it was in June of last year. I wish this would, there we go. That's what it's gonna look like. Mine is a little bit different. I'm not really sure why, but I am, how far am I? 75.1% complete on this. So I am hoping to finish this year. I know I've talked about it before. I started this last June when my son was in the hospital and we had a really rough month with him. And then I've been working on this. I worked on it a lot in January and a lot in February. It's easy to stitch on. It's comforting. And I'm really, really happy with how far I am. You guys might see the cat. She just jumped up on the table. So I am all done with that half of it. And currently I am working, this is easier just to, hopefully you can see it. Okay, so this is the whole thing. This is the corner. Last time I was working on this, I was working up in these two flowers, and I just have to add the dots onto the flowers, and then there's these little guys that I need to add on too. So I have one more of those here, and then the top border is complete. So that feels really good, and I think that's all I worked on this time. But I think that's what I'm gonna, this stays in my basket downstairs just for easy comfort stitching. But I'm definitely hoping for a finish this year on this one. Yeah. So there is that one. Like I said, 75%, and it's not even a year old yet, which is both alarming and awesome because it's pretty big. Okay, let's see. Next, I have, that is part of Whipco, so that's in my plans. This one is the Happy Campers by the Blue Flower. I shouldn't even show this. But this is a project I am making for my daughter Cadence. When I bought this pattern, she said, that is mine. And so she decided every time we go camping, I work on it. I forgot the last 2 or 3 times, but this time I grabbed it. It came with us. And this is what it looks like. I am working here in this one. If you guys remember, last time I worked on this, I realized I made an error in the gray squirrel's tail. I've just decided to leave it. I like it. So I was working on filling in the brown squirrel, and I got the stick done here with his marshmallows. So not very much stitching at all. Like I said, my stitchy bug has been riding the struggle bus. So I'll hold this up so you can see the whole thing. I did just take it out of the hoop. And I'm stitching this with the called for floss on a 32 count ivory Lugana from Acorns and Threads. And this is where I'm at. I really like this one when I work on it. It's fun. So where I was working this time is I got this stick done with the little marshmallows for the hedgehog guy. And the stick is back stitched, and then the marshmallows are crosses. And then this is where I'm at with them. And I just have the ears and the body to fill in on that squirrel. And then there's some lanterns up above them. And then that little block will be done. So I will take this with me next time we go camping and get some more progress on that one. That one is so fun to stitch on. The only thing is there's a lot of color changes. Like, you know, you do like, and because that fabric is so light, I'm trying not to, normally I don't care about my backs, but I don't want like that dark brown, what is it, 838 floss to show up on the back side when I go to frame it because I carried my stitches. Okay, one more for progress. See, I know this feels like a lot, but it was a whole month, so. Okay, my next one is How Doth the Little Busy Bee, a Beekeeper's Pincushion by Modern Folk Embroidery. That's what it looks like. I am .62% complete on this. I do remember this is the one I said I need to get 300 stitches a month on so that I can make sure it is done and complete by my sister's birthday. I am stitching this on a 40 count Tyco linen from Picture This Plus with 1 strand, and my sister chose 2 shades of blue and a shade of white to kind of mimic the porcelain kind of look. Guys, this thing is so tiny and adorable on 40 count. Oh my gosh, stop. I have a loose thread. Okay. And this is where I am. I'm so happy with this. This stitches up so fast. This is the easiest project on 40 count. And I know it's kind of hard to see, but I have the bees are in ecru. Yeah, I'm really, really happy with this. And that bee skep turned out super good. Mal. And so then this is also in the plans for next month. Like I said, I work on this every month to get my stitches to make sure it's done. And honestly, I don't think I really need to do 300 a month because I usually stitch over. But you know, if I get it done sooner, good. And then I can work on, I'm also making that Taylor Swift one, which I have to show you guys as part of my plans. And that one I'm so behind on. I'm supposed to give that to her in May, and it's just, it's not as much fun to work on as everything else. So 1 second, I'm gonna let the cat out and I'll be right back. Okay, Mal is out of the room. Looks like the rain has slowed down a little. That's good. And I went through all of my progress with you guys. And so now let's talk about Whip Go. My two pulls for this month are pretty fun ones. Also really big ones. Okay, so the first one is Remember Me by Teresa Kogut. Again, this is one I'm doing with my friend Tanya. I'm not sure if Old Soul, is it Old Soul Stitcher on Instagram? And then on Flosstube, I think she is stitching with the twins or something. I'll link her down below. Anyway, this one, I'm not sure if she's stitching it or if she finished it, but, and I am stitching this on a 40 count vintage linen from Bestitch Me that I got from a Friday Night Fight Night, of course, with the called for floss. And this is how far I am. I haven't showed you guys this since December. I showed it to you, I think, in my January video, maybe. I put my friend's who passed away, his initials up there. I'll just keep working on that flower. Hopefully try to finish that, that flower. That will be my Whip Go goal. Usually I just try to do, like I said, any progress counts. So even if it's just like 5 stitches, it counts. But I have it on the calendar for like 4 or 5 days. But I think we're supposed to be camping for spring break when I slotted that, and that's a 40 count fabric. So I might have to rearrange. Okay, my other Whip Go pull, I'm really excited about this, especially since it's been snowing. This is Summer Quakers by Rosewood Manor. This is a stitch along I joined in with the Seattle Stitcher and the Museum Stitcher, and I know there was a whole slew of others. But I'm really excited to pull this out again since it's been so snowy and cold. I am stitching this on a Bestitch Me fabric called Pink Chocolate. I think It is a 28 count pink chocolate even weave with the called for Valdani floss. This is what that mess looks like, except for my black, I'm using Anchor. So, instead of DMC. And this is my starting point for this one. I'm so excited to get this one out. My goal is to work under that big orange flower and kind of fill in there. I love this fabric. I need to get some more. And I love this. I love this project. I have winter Quakers. I just need to get the floss for it. And I want to get the other seasons as well. It's just like the pack of floss for that is like $50 to $70, depending on where you look and whether or not, you know, how popular it is. Oh, whoops, I forgot to put my pattern back in. But this one is really fun to work on. I'm almost two, so I want to work underneath here, but look, this big giant bee thing is right there. So anyway, maybe I'll take this one camping along with the Happy Campers. Spring break is the end of March for our school district, and we of course are going camping on the coast, and my sister's coming over, and it's a whole thing. And then the other thing I need to work on in the coming this month, and I need to get a lot of progress on this. This is not good, is Evermore. This is a chart from Etsy. My sister sent me right before Christmas. I'm going to kind of hold it back. You all know what this album cover looks like of Taylor Swift's. You can find the chart on Etsy, and I'm stitching it with the called for floss on a 27 count Linda 1/1, and this is how far I am. I'm over halfway on her jacket, so I'm really happy with that. And then this is the top of her shoulder on the one side, and this is her braid. So this is head right here, and then just the rest of her coat. It is super little. It's just so tedious on 27 count. And I never reach for it, and I need to, because I need to get it done. So yeah, that is, so my plans for March. I don't have a birthday start planned. Like I said, my birthday is next Sunday, so March 9th. I don't think I'm planning on starting anything. I just want progress, I think. So, but you know, that could change. That could change. Summer Quakers and Remember Me are my Whip Go poles. Then I have my 4th of July stitching, my anniversary stitching that I need to do, and Taylor Swift and Beekeeper for my sister. So, things I need to get done. Probably will be a month again before I'm back. Hopefully things mellow out at home. Less emotional turmoil. Just, yeah. I know I keep saying this. I don't want to go into it too much because I get sad and depressed, and I kind of just tank, and then I'm worthless for the rest of the day. But I was originally going to go to Vegas with my husband. It was a work trip. It was around my birthday, and I was going to go with him for that. And now I can't do that because of everything that happened in January, and I'm kind of bummed about that. But I'll think of something fun to do cancel my days off and I'll just do something else. Yeah, I think that's it. I don't think I have anything else to share. You know, life update is not super exciting. I hope your guys's weather is starting to warm up. Like I said, it has been snowing here. We had those couple of snow days in January where they're called snow days. In Oregon, it's ice though, or at least my part of Oregon, it's ice. We had ice everywhere, so we had 2 snow days right after Christmas break was over. And so, but other than that, we have not had any snow. And then on Friday, it started snowing and started sticking. And it has been snowing off and on since then, but not sticking. So yeah, the birds are out. My clematis is blooming and smells wonderful. My weeping willow, pussy willow tree has the little fuzzy tufts on it, and I love that. And my crocuses came up, and yeah, it's starting to look like spring except for the snow. So that is all for me right now. Go find me on Instagram. I am Stitchin' in Oregon. Same as my Flosstube name. I haven't been great about posting on there lately, but usually I do okay showing updates on my progress on things. So yeah, anyway, I hope to see you guys again soon. Thank you so much for watching this with me. And I hope you liked what you saw and it inspired you. Yeah, I just hope to see you guys again soon. Thanks so much. Bye.